Morning, home stranger. Day 6 on the Cohos. Starts slowly, dark, late. I woke up at 5:30. It's probably close to 8:30 now. I just couldn't get moving this morning. I had coffee at like 6, but it just didn't work. Maybe I should have had 2. See, I'm just very sleepy, very tired. But we have this giant climb to do this morning, so there's no sense in putting it off any farther. It's a few miles, and I think it's a couple thousand feet. They're just relentless up for hours. Here. There's the relentless up. Most of it is not terribly steep. It's just, like I said, relentlessly up. So it wears you down. Thankfully, we have better weather this year. Last year was, as I recall, really, really hot. May have led to some of our problems. We'll see. But yeah, this cloud cover, it rained last night. Thankfully vertically, because that tarp was really high. I was nervous. But yeah, it's supposed to clear up and be really windy up there. So it'll be beautiful, but a lot of work because of the blowdowns. But the hardest part, hopefully, is this climb here, because this I just don't like. Coming down this mountain is exhausting. Going up it is just terrible. Well, I could bitch all the way up, but you probably don't have that much time to listen to me complain. Oh, look, it's a beautiful little brook down there. It's a little tiny one here. I can see it. All right, there are some views up there. Hopefully the sun comes out, it'll be beautiful. Well, we made it. Top of Star King. That took 3 hours. Not sure if that's the Canadian fire smoke or it's good old-fashioned humidity. I think it's the smoke. This is normally a spectacular view. You'll just have to take my word for it. Oof. Man, that climb, brutal. Not a fan. Oh. We'll head over to Wambeck next. Then the fun begins. Sounds like the trail's not bad between here and Wambeck. But then I've heard it's really bad. So we will go see how far we get. Yeah, that haze is still ruining the view. Moved over to Wambeck. Took a bit of a break. That climb this morning knocked the stuffing out of me. Wow. Took me 3 hours to get up there. There it starts. The wilderness. People don't go out there, so that trail is not maintained. Sometimes it's maintained a little, but this section was just fine. I'd been told it was terrible, and it was just great. I think somebody may have come through and cut down a couple of blowdowns, but there weren't that many. But there were a few that had been cut, I think maybe recently. It's always hard to tell. As you can see the pile of sawdust. Well, I better go because I'm going to fall asleep if I stay here. There's no water here. I carried water up here, camped up here one time. Yeah, I've got a lot of regrets about a lot of things. But yeah, we'll go down. There's water down. We'll see what time it is when we get to the water. Maybe we can get another mile or so beyond that. Get down to Willard Notch. Somebody's notch. There's water in the notch. We can camp down there. It's gonna get cold tonight, they say, up here on the ridge, so it might be better to be down a little lower. But I thought I better check in with you because otherwise I'll be saying good night and I won't have seen you all day. But here I am. Now you see me. I like to show you the views. You're not here to see me. It's bad enough you got to listen to me babbling. All right, we can do this. I think you hear the doubt. I have not had my click yet. At some point, hopefully, on every hike, there is like a big click, and suddenly everything goes well. There's confidence, there's strength. And I think we are still some distance from clicking. Yeah, that lack of training is really hurting here. But life got busy, weather was bad, lots of excuses. Now I pay. But we will endeavor to persevere. At least we've got a breeze. This was so much worse last year. It was really hot and still. Oh. Although somebody gave me a cookie. That was good. Alright, I gotta go. Here, enjoy this beautiful trail. This is not what most of it's looked like. It has been... Oh, that bug's right. It has been really bad. I think we're making less than a mile an hour. It's just been blowdowns after top of blowdowns. You gotta jump off of one blowdown onto another blowdown and hope you don't break your leg. So far, been lucky, but it was close a couple of times. This is not where you want to break your leg. Nobody comes out here. Nobody with a brain comes out here. Holy cow. Just last year, this was cleared. It was pretty clean. But now, again, I'm showing you a nice clean section here, don't worry. This is not what I'm talking about. But if I pulled the camera out when I was trying to navigate those things, we would get an NC-17 rating on the video. Because there's a lot of gosh darn swearing. Oh, that breeze really helps. I was gonna say I'm gonna need a new pair of tights tomorrow, but I think I'm gonna need a new pair of legs tomorrow. Walking through a lot of crap. Sometimes you gotta go way off trail to get around the piles of blowdowns. It's just too tall to get over, and there's no way under. The bugs don't help. They're not biting me. I'm covered in permethrin clothing. They're just flying in my eyes. I don't know why they do that, but black flies like to fly into your eyes. They also like to fly down your throat. You gotta try to breathe through your nose as much as possible, even when you're gasping for air. Well, thought I'd complain to you a little bit about how terrible it is. Evan would be really happy when it's time to camp. Happy camper indeed. It's not much of a trickle of water, but it saved my life. I don't think it's where the map says it is. I gotta check, but I was getting really nervous. Yeah, that was a terrible day. Less than a mile an hour. Just really frustrating. I was really starting to worry about dying. Which is why we're just camped in the middle of the fucking trail. Pardon my language, but yeah, there's no denying that it was time to camp as soon as I got some water. And I'm not sure these trees will hold up, but I'm hoping they hold up. That's all I can do. They're still alive. They look like they're in the ground. They didn't move when I pulled on them, but that's no guarantee. But yeah, that was just a terrible day. Lots of swearing. Very, very slow. So many trees. Just couldn't get anywhere. And then I got turned around on top of one of these Weeks mountains. Thankfully, I noticed my shadow was in the wrong place, because I was going really fast in the wrong direction. But yeah, we're alive. This was day 6. Hi, I'm supposed to be on camera. We're alive. It was day 6. It was not a good day. And we're expecting another terrible day tomorrow, but there's nothing we can do about that. Then I'm thinking maybe we're going to take a 0 at Nancy's instead of a Nero, because yeah, I'm exhausted now, and one more day of this is just going to kill me. So, but I hear that once we get to where we want to camp tomorrow, then it's a pretty good trail the rest of the way out. Somebody's been working on that side, so looking forward to it. I will say night night, day 6. We'll see you tomorrow.